MOU, but it's always nice to have a document that backs up your claim, and then you can reference that in your narrative. So let's talk a little bit about future grant funding. One thing that you can never count on is that even though you've received a grant from a funder, that you will receive the same grant twice. And that's because once your funding period is up and you are competing for a new grant rather than a continuation grant, you're competing with all of the other organizations that may or may not have received an award in the past. And I can tell you from being, having experience as a federal reviewer, it's one of the first things they tell us is if you're reading through it, and of course it's different if you get extra points for being a previous applicant. But in most cases, they tell us right off the bat, if you're reading through there and it looks like they've been awarded this grant before, don't take that into consideration. Score it just like you would any first-year proposal. And so don't feel too confident that just because you've gotten this grant once that you're going to get it twice. You just have to put in that same amount of effort that you did the first time to get it. And just the same, you can't ever count on getting a grant for a previously funded project from another funder just because you're an experienced applicant with a different funder. So basically, you have to go into this when you're seeking this funding after a program's expired, thinking, okay, I'm back at square one, I'm a first-year applicant, and I have to prove to these funders that this is a noteworthy program that deserves funding. Asking for funding from multiple funders is risky. I have been successful in this approach, and sometimes we do this in, say, smaller foundation-type